anyone who would want to harm Victor or anyone else in Vaudeville.
Tá bom.
These murders are simply senseless and tragic, and I hope the police can find the perpetrators soon.
How about you? Did you have any arguing with your husband? No. How about you? Did you argue with your husband? Did you have a fight?
Dear Detective Martini, my late husband Victor and I had our disagreements, just like any couple. But we always managed to work through them and come out stronger on the other side. We were very much in love, and I miss him dearly. I remember sometimes he could get frustrated with me when I wouldn't listen to his ideas or opinions. And I might have gotten upset with him when he didn't understand my perspective. But we always made up in the end, and our love for each other was stronger than any disagreement. In fact, Victor was a very kind person almost all of the time. He had a great sense of humor, and he loved to make me laugh. And I loved him for that. But Detective Martini, I assure you that we didn't have any major fights or arguments that would lead to, well, anything like this. We were happy together, and I'm still trying to come to terms with his passing.
Did you or your husband knew the other victims?
Dear Detective Martini, yes, we did know the other victims. Maria Jansen was a socialite who often attended the same events as us. We would see her at parties and gatherings, and she seemed like a lovely person. I'm still trying to process how someone so young and full of life could be taken from this world. Nicola Grossman, on the other hand, was an investor in our business venture in India. He was a bit more serious and formal than Victor, but he was always professional and courteous. We would meet with him occasionally to discuss our plans, and I never got the sense that there was anything unusual about him.
Caraças, tenho bué drop frames, meu.
Poor dear girl. She was a dancer at the Cabang
Este jogo é uma tanga para estar a jogar aqui.
Victor and I would sometimes go there for dinner or drinks, and we would see her performing on stage.
Estamos só a fazer uma cena.
She was so talented and full of energy, it's hard to believe that she's gone too. It's all just so senseless and tragic, Detective Martini. I hope you can find the person responsible for these heinous crimes and bring them to justice.
Did your husband have an affair with one of the victims?
Dear Detective Martini, that's a very personal question. But I'll be honest with you, Victor was a kind and loving husband, and I never suspected him of having an affair with anyone. We had our ups and downs like any couple, but we always worked through our issues together. I know that some people might have thought that Victor was a bit too charming or charismatic, but he was just being his usual friendly self. And as for the victims, well, I never saw anything that would suggest an affair between Victor and any of them. But Detective Martini, please don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that Victor was perfect. He had his flaws like anyone else, and sometimes he could be a bit too focused on his work or his business ventures. But an affair? No, I never saw anything like that. And besides, even if Victor had been having an affair, which I don't believe he was, it wouldn't excuse the senseless violence that's been committed against these innocent people.
Pessoal, a stream ainda está a travar.
For these crimes needs to be brought to justice, and I hope you can find them soon.
Digam lá se isto ainda está a travar. Esta porra puxa bem pelo computador. Okay, thank you so much for your time. We'll talk later if needed.
You're welcome, Detective Martini. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, even though the circumstances are so tragic.
Bem, vamos aqui ver o que é que se passa aqui. Hello there, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you for asking. It's always a pleasure to be backstage at the Cabin Violet, getting ready for another night of performance. The atmosphere is electric, and I can feel the excitement building up among the audience. But between you and me, my mind is also preoccupied with the recent unpleasantness in Vaudeville. 3 people have lost their lives, and it's unsettling to think that someone is roaming our streets, causing harm to innocent individuals.
Did you know any of the victims?
No. Oh dear, no. I didn't know any of the victims personally, and I certainly didn't have anything to do with their unfortunate demises. As a matter of fact, I'm still trying to process the shock and horror of it all. It's been a difficult few days for everyone in Vaudeville, and I just want to focus on my work and keep doing what I love, performing and bringing joy to the audience. Can we please talk about something else?
What do you want to talk about?
Well, since we're backstage at the Cabin Violet, how about we talk about the show tonight? I'm excited to perform my new routine, and I've been rehearsing for weeks. Or if you'd like, we could discuss the latest news and gossip from Vaudeville's social scene. Just please, let's not dwell on the unpleasantness that's been happening lately.
Tell me one more thing. Did one of the victims came here to see the show?
Yes. Haley Greenwood, the poor girl who was found in the alley behind the Cabin Violet, she actually worked here at the club. She was a dancer, just like me. It's still hard for me to believe that something so terrible could happen to someone I knew. But I suppose it as a reminder that even in our little world of art and entertainment, tragedy can strike at any moment.
So, you told me that you didn't know any victims, now you know Haley? Can you tell me anything else?
I apologize for the confusion. I didn't mean to imply that I knew Haley personally. As a performer here at the Cabin Violet, I just recognized her from around the club. It's a small community, and we all know each other in some way or another. As for anything else, well, I did see Count Grayson at one of our shows recently. He seemed quite taken with the performance, as always. And of course, I've been seeing Monsieur Saxobar around town more often than usual. But that's just normal socializing, nothing out of the ordinary. Oh, then have you seen my stiletto shoe? I could swear I left it right here backstage.
I'll be in touch. I'll be in touch.
Thank you. It was nice chatting with you. Please do.
Mais uma personagem. Hello, I'm the detective. Can you tell me anything about the victims from the murder cases?
The victims, yes. Well, detective, I've been told that Maria Jansen was a socialite, known for her beauty and charm. Nicola Grossman was a successful investor with connections to the financial world. And Haley Greenwood. Poor girl, she was a dancer at the Cabin Violet. Tragic cases, all of them. As the director of Circus Saxabar, I've had some dealings with each of them, but I didn't know them well personally. Still, it's hard not to feel a sense of loss and outrage when such senseless violence occurs in our city. But I'm sure you're here to investigate, not to indulge in idle chatter. What would you like to know, Detective?
Did you knew any of the victims personally?
Ah, yes. Well, I did have some dealings with Maria Jansen, actually. She was a patron of the circus, and we had discussed possible sponsorship opportunities for our upcoming shows. Nothing too significant, just polite conversations about art and culture. But that's all, really. As for Nicola Grossman, I had only met him once or twice at social gatherings. He was a prominent figure in Vaudeville's financial circles, and I suppose we exchanged pleasantries about the city's growth and development. Nothing more, nothing less. And Haley Greenwood, poor girl. I didn't know her well, but I did see her perform at the Cabin Violet a few times. She was a talented dancer, and I admired her spirit. But beyond that, no, I didn't have any personal connection to her. That's all I can tell you about the victim's detective. If there's anything else I can help with.
Did you know anyone who wanted to harm the victims?
Now that's a question that gets to the heart of things, doesn't it, Detective? Well, I did notice that Maria Jansen and Nicola Grossman had some, let's call them disagreements with certain individuals in Vaudeville. Nothing too serious, just business rivalries and personal differences. But as for Haley Greenwood, I don't think anyone would want to harm her. She was a sweet girl, and everyone loved her at the Cabin Violet. But of course, that's all speculation on my part. I'm sure you'll be talking to many people in vaudeville as part of your investigation. Just remember, Detective, in this city, appearances can be deceiving.
Where can I find Nicola Grossman?
Nicola Grossman. Well, Detective, I'm afraid he's no longer with us. His body was found outside Pascal's grocery shop this morning. Tragic, really. But if you're looking for information about his business dealings or connections, I suppose you could try talking to B2G Ferrari, another prominent investor in vaudeville. He and Grossman were often seen together at social gatherings.
Where can I find Baggio Ferrari? Baggio Ferrari?
B2G Ferrari? I'm not familiar with that name, Detective.
I meant Baggio Ferrari.
We don't have anyone by that name in vaudeville. B2G Ferrari. Well, Detective, I think you can find him at his office or perhaps at one of the many social gatherings he attends. He's a prominent figure in vaudeville's financial circles and is often seen at events around town. Just be prepared for some lively conversation, if you know what I mean.
Thank you for your time. I talked around town. I couldn't find anything. Funcionó?
You've been talking to people around town, have you? Well, I'm not surprised. People in vaudeville can be tight-lipped when they don't want to talk, especially about the
Pips, eu não estou a curtir nada deste jogo, sinceramente.
resorts that frequent those clubs. You do better to focus on the victims and their connections, rather than wasting your time trying to get information from people who are just going to clam upon you.
Go to police station, ask chief about the murders. What can you tell me about the murders?
Well, I've already told you that we have 3 victims, Maria Jansen, Nicola Grossman, and
Isso é um bocado
Haley
estúpido.
Greenwood. All of them were found dead in different parts of town, with no apparent connection between them. Or so it seems. Coroner's report is ready, but like I said, it's not going to be pretty. The murders are brutal, and we need to get to the bottom of them before more innocent people are hurt. As for the victims themselves, Maria Jansen was a socialite with connections to the high society crowd. Nicola Grossman was a businessman with ties to the financial world.
Bem, acho que não vou fazer mais deste jogo, sinceramente. Isto está-me a ocupar a memória. Estou com drops de frames como ao caraças. E isto é mais do que visto, porque estar a trabalhar com AI, isto está a cabo da placa gráfica. Eu não consigo sair daqui. Yes, pronto. Yes. Yeah, não consigo sair daqui. Foi a live possível. Pronto, basicamente é isso. Espero que conte para conteúdo. Mas o jogo está muito lento. Está uma bosta. Sinceramente. Isto, se calhar um computador 500 vezes mais potente que o meu corria isto bem. O meu não. Isto está muito lento. Tive muito drop de frame. O jogo não é nada de especial. Por isso, pips, já sabem, não peçam o jogo na Steam. Ou se quiserem experimentar, está aí o link. Está aqui, olha, game. Se quiserem experimentar daí. Se não, olha, está feito. O jogo não... Not my type of game. Por isso vamos fazer uma raid outra vez. Despachar isto. E fica feito, olha. Se calhar volto amanhã com outro joguinho. Se eu tiver tempo. Por isso, yeah. Obrigado quem esteve aí, pessoal. Tenham um resto de bom dia. E beijos e abraços. Vamos fazer uma raid. Fiquem para a raid. Quem é que está aqui para fazer raid? Há bocado fizemos o Skazi. Deixa eu ver quem é que está aqui mais. Acho que já vamos para o Skazi outra vez. Que é o que tem menos gente. Vamos para o Skazi outra vez. Olha que se lixe. Bah, pips, portem-se bem. Ou portem-se mal, como quiserem. Vamos mudar isto. Vamos fazer raid. Não se vão embora. Deem uma força ao Skazi. Deem um follow. E está feito. Fui, people. Fui. Quando isto me deixar. É agora. Fui.